y'all know what time it is, baby. It's a sports time, straight sports, no damn chaser. Got the super team of sports talk here with y'all. I'm one half of it, of course. My name is Diego Barishnikov, the Black Dominican Russian. Here, as always, checking in with my main man, my partner in crime. We are social distancing, but we do that every show, right? The 6 foot under post up chap, I like to call him, man. Tell these people who you are.
What's good, good people? It's your boy Uncle Hate, the other A and AA Sports, broadcasting live here on a Thursday. Man, it's like we've been away for a while. What's good with you?
I mean, everything good. It's been it's a couple weeks, 2 or 3 weeks maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, everything is good, man. Out here in these, I'm trying to stay out of these COVID-19 streets as much as possible.
Right.
But at the same time, you know how it go. But everything's good. Everything's good. People, we appreciate y'all, man. Again, yes, it's been a couple weeks. Shit, we ain't got no damn sports, so what y'all expect?
Nah, it's really not.
You know what? But this is good. These weeks are gonna be a good time frame for us to have them bullshit shows that we always talked about having.
Yeah.
The off tier topics and our favorite games and players, old school shit. So
I don't even think we've been on here since DeAndre Wilder got beat. I think that fight happened and we went on hiatus like right after.
Yeah. So
that seemed like a long time ago.
I'm trying to think. Let me look at the feed, man. I remember doing the show right before the Wilder fight.
I think we did the pick, but we didn't do a show after, I don't believe.
March 5th.
Yeah,
March 5th was the last time we did. That's the last time we did a show. So yeah, it's been about 2 weeks, 3 weeks. But people, we appreciate y'all tuning in. This is episode 214. And we had to come to y'all. It had been a little too long. We had to come to y'all so we could talk about free agency. Hey, that jersey in behind you, above that Isaiah Thomas, and under that Georgia sign. Oh, Kuechly on the other side. Yeah, we got to talk about this. We got to have a State of the Union or State of the Franchise situation for Carolina. We're gonna have a discussion about y'all team tonight. What you think about some of these moves? And it's getting a little interesting though. I'm trying to figure out what exactly y'all trying to do. We gonna see. Because it's right now it's looking like teetering between tanking and like fucking yourselves and winning like 5 or 6 games.
Keep telling you we'll talk about it. But yeah, it's some interesting times in Charlotte, and most of us fans are not happy. So
not at all. Panthers Twitter has been in an uproar the last couple of days.
Yes.
We're gonna talk about that free agency. We'll touch on a little NBA.
Didn't a big guy go to Tampa Bay? Some quarterback.
Yeah. Some cat. Yeah. Oh, the old guy. Yeah. TB12.
Yes. The one they talk about every day, all day.
Right. I mean, we might as well just go ahead and start there and get his ass out of the way, I guess.
Let's start there.
All right. I mean, as everybody knows, Tom Brady going to Tampa, 2-year deal, $50 million guaranteed. I think incentives in there can get up to 58, 59 million, something I saw.
Yeah.
Of course, I mean, I get on here, eat my crow because I said from the jump street and I wasn't entertaining no stories or rumors about him going anywhere else other than coming back to New England. Obviously, that shit didn't happen. But his market, I still don't think his market was as grotesque as people were trying to, in the media were trying to make it seem.
No, it wasn't. It really wasn't. I think it pretty much came down to Tom Brady wanted people to throw the ball to. He wanted that. It was either going to be Tampa Bay. It wasn't shit in New England. And I heard the other day that, he had interest in the Colts, but they didn't have interest in him. And I guess the Chargers. But I guess you hear that sound like some feedback of some sort.
You sound good on this end.
Okay, all right. Anywho, I guess I'm at a loss here because I'm like, okay, they're acting like he's about to just transform this franchise and they're just automatically going to the Super Bowl in Tampa next year. He's still 43, though.
Right, right, and we know the cliff is gonna come at some point. Now,
Yes.
I would be a hypocrite if I didn't say though he's in the situation that I thought they would try to create in New England, because I said I didn't think Tom Brady sucked all that bad last year. I just think it was a lack of weapons, and if you got him more weapons to work with, then I thought he was still good enough to be fine.
Yes.
They didn't get him the weapons in New England, and if you know, if you read and listen to some of the other stuff that was written about why he actually left, some of the stuff with Belichick, the Garoppolo trade thing that happened, how that actually went down.
Yes.
Then it was a lot.
Yes.
But the weapons part, I mean, he's got the weapons that he was never going to get in New England. So Mike Evans, Goodwin, OJ Howard.
I thought it was good weapons in L.A. Tampa might be better.
Yeah, outside of Keenan Allen in Tampa, I mean, you got Hunter Henry. Only problem with him for me is him staying on the field.
Right.
And then I know Eckler had a good season last year, but I'm not all the way sold on him yet. Maybe because I didn't watch many Charger games. I think he's small. I don't know how long he gonna really. I don't know how long he really gonna last. I mean, at one point James Conner had a good season.
Right.
And here we are a short time later. So
Mike Williams is big,
LA,
but he's not consistent as of yet.
Right. I mean, they had good weapons, yes, but I think the LA rumors was more about what people were anticipating what he gonna do off the field after the fact.
Right.
But at any rate, Bruce Arians, Tom Brady. Now, one thing that was a little concern of mine, Tom Brady's arm, does he still have enough juice to get the ball down the field like Bruce Arians like to, So we're going to see. But I think it's a nice fit. Running game. I mean, Ronald Jones came on late, like you said last year, but outside of that, I think they probably need another dude.
Yes.
And I think they started making some offensive line signings because Jameis Winston got sacked, I want to say 47 times last year. And not that Jameis was all that mobile, but he could get out of the way some. Tom Brady can't even do that.
No.
So you need him upright. So we're going to see how it shakes out. But it definitely makes the NFC South, y'all division, one of the more interesting divisions coming up this year.
Absolutely. Bruce Arians came out not too long ago before we came on and put an end to the whole Antonio Brown talk. We're not signing Antonio Brown. It's not a good fit for us. Tough break. I didn't see that shit coming anyway. Now I forgot that Arians coached AB in Pittsburgh. Forgot all about that.
Right. I read that the other day. Articles, people trying to put together reasons why they may sign him. I saw that. Yeah.
I forgot all about that. And I'm like, man, he probably dealt with that shit on the ground floor. He ain't about to deal with it now.
Yeah, and like you said, with the way Chris Goodwin played last year, and we know what Mike Evans is, there's really not a need to try to bring Antonio Brown in there to mess up that chemistry. And I actually saw something that interview that Antonio Brown did somewhere. I saw it a couple days ago. He addressed that going with Brady somewhere, and he's like, I'm already can't think of the right word I want to use, but he's like, I'm already sold on the fact that maybe I don't go the same place that Tom Brady goes. That ain't my first priority.
Yeah.
Well, of course now you got to get back in. You got to get reinstated and shit first. Which, by the way, Roger Goodell, NFL, stop dragging your feet.
They really need to stop fucking with him. That's terrible.
What are you waiting on at this point? But at any rate, yeah, no Antonio Brown.
Philly. They need him.
Yeah, they could definitely they can definitely use him and they need him. However, do you have any concerns about Carson Wentz's psyche with a personality like Antonio Brown?
Shit, at this point, they locked in with him. I mean, they've already paid Carson. They got rid of the backup. So it is what it is at this point. If it's another year of the same talk, then folks got to start saying, okay, it's some fire here, some smoke. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because he can't.
Yeah, like you said,
he can't keep having that same stuff coming out that locker room. And you see Alshon. I only think we talked about him since that happened. When he came out talking about, I look forward to a change of scenery. That's your number one. He's relatively well. What is he, about 30, 31, give or take?
Alshon Jeffrey.
Yeah.
Yeah, no more than 32.
Yes. So if your number one's ready to get away from a young quarterback under contract and a throwing offense, that's kind of telling. But let's talk about the New England part of this. As of today's date, I can't recall them signing one person on offense who would help a quarterback. Not one. So they let Brady walk. They let a lot of these dudes on defense walk. Are they low key tanking?
I mean, if you're going to run Brian Hoyer out there as your quarterback, that's exactly what you're doing. Now we're gonna see if anything comes of this Cam Newton and Andy Dalton talk. The Andy Dalton, that's going to be probably not happening until if he gets cut. Because
I was gonna say maybe we need another term. There has to be a middle term for tanking. It's like you ain't trying to lose every game, but it's like
I'm saying they are tanking. If they are trying Brian Hoyer out there as their quarterback this year, they tanking. But if they try to go, if they looking at Cam or somebody, Belichick ain't no fool either, though. You know what I'm saying? Yes, he's won, but Belichick, I mean, let's just be real. If you look at everything, you could pretty much gather Belichick wanted to get rid of Brady, move on from Brady a couple years ago.
2 years ago.
Okay.
I mean, pretty much it was burned down 2 years ago. If Tom had to go say, Robert, he trying to trade me, and his we're not gonna say his stepdaddy, his foster father went and said, no, you better get rid of the other guy, and then he gifted you guys with a quarterback. It was probably burned down.
Let me add to that, because I read something, just like I said, I was reading up. I'm in the house all day, so I got nothing to do but time. So I was reading something that added some other little nuggets into how that whole trade talk with Garoppolo went down. So apparently we initiated the call or whatever, okay, asked for what's the asking price on Garoppolo.
Yeah.
Word at the car wash is Belichick said, you want Brady instead?
I ain't heard that.
And John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan said they just had to look at each other like, did he say what I think he just said? And that's when the whole Robert Kraft thing got involved, and they said Robert Kraft shut that shit down, and that's how it ended up with Garoppolo. I was like, wow. Wow. Okay. The whole time it was put out here that the Patriots just called us out the blue, like, hey, you want Jimmy Garoppolo? And that was always kind of weird.
Yeah.
Like, just out the blue, they just offering up shit. I mean, maybe. But when you start throwing in Belichick, go ahead.
What would you have gave up for Brady?
I mean, I'm trying to think at the time, trying to go back and think what we had at the time, but I'm just saying, me. Yeah. If I ain't winning the trade, I ain't doing it.
Right.
Plus, if you putting it out there like that, you didn't lost a little bit of your negotiating power right there. You lost a little bit of leverage right there because you're offering something I ain't asked for. You know what I'm saying? So I know you're trying to get off of it.
Yeah.
But, I mean, at that time, Brady, though.
Well, Jimmy been there, 2.5 years?
Yeah, 2.5, yeah.
Okay.
Because he came in the last part of the season, played about 5 or 6 games, ACL the next season, and then this season. So, yeah, 2.5 years.
Okay.
But what would I have given up for Tom Brady was your question.
At that point, he was an MVP with a big name. They might have tried to race him. Yeah.
And see, at that point, we didn't have a roster that was really ready to go contend. No. So, I couldn't have seen the deal going down like it did. I mean, we had some young cats, but it probably would have taken too much.
Bruh, if that wasn't some hateful shit, he was going to trade that dude to a team that was damn near rebuilding. He's a league
I mean, maybe
MVP.
At that point, it was 5 Super Bowls, I believe. You know,
That's cold.
yeah, man, that's crazy. And I want to say, was that coming off? That was the year coming off the 28-3 comeback, right?
Yep.
Yeah, because Jimmy Garoppolo was on that team.
Yep, he was.
Yeah. So that's even more. Yeah, that's cold as fuck. So now ask yourself the question again: would you put tanking out of Belichick's? Would you think he would not tank?
At this point, he needs a win. He needs to put it this way. Let me think. This is almost Shaq and Kobe-ish. It's almost Shaq and Kobe-ish. So if he's tanking, he's planning on being around for a lot longer. To my eyes, at least.
Because I didn't think about that.
He has to be looking to be around, because otherwise, Cam got free yesterday, day before. He would have snatched him up with somebody else of that sort. Brady gave them, pretty good warning. Brady told them on last Monday, I'm out. First thing in the morning. So they was free. But
I mean, but the candidates out there are really slim.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You're not giving the Bengals no draft picks for Andy Dalton.
No.
Cam wasn't really available 2 weeks ago. Now he is, though. So you wonder if something is working behind the scenes. Just Rona got shit fucked up because teams can't go meet and talk to players, evaluate them and shit like that. But right. Cam did take a physical, and it's been put out there that he's good. Yeah. So we'll see what happens. But I think Belichick would tank if he feels that strongly about a Trevor Lawrence. Because that's really who we're talking about right now at this point when it comes to the tanking.
Well, it's Trevor Lawrence, and then I know you weren't a big fan of him, but Fields, you keep hearing him as well. Because I don't think they're going to lose enough to get one. I don't believe that. But he's going to have the ammunition to trade up. So Cincy will probably be right back where they are next year, close to the top. I think Miami will be better. But a lot of these teams that we expect to, improve slightly, they still going to be picking at the top of the draft. And they already got quarterbacks.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I don't have a problem with Fields. I just think he needs more time.
Right. Right.
Yeah, he's nowhere near ready to play NFL ball.
Right.
But
who's going to regret this 2 years down the line? Brady or Belichick?
Oh, it ain't gonna be Brady. At this point, I don't think either one of them will. I mean, they won 6 Super Bowls.
Nah. But would it surprise you if Brady fell off a cliff by week 6?
No, not at all.
That's what I'm saying, because it happens fast. You don't see it coming. Just boom, you suck.
And that whole going to another team, putting on a different jersey. I mean, sometimes it work out. A lot of times it don't.
Yeah.
That
juice will carry you for a little while, but he's 43. I feel so different if he was 35. So different.
Yeah. Yeah, but I don't think either one of them will regret it because, like I said, they won 6 Super Bowls. It wasn't like they were really even though they had a great record, they weren't a power. They weren't going to be a powerhouse in the AFC come next year. No. That title belongs to Kansas City, of course, is the defending champ, and then right behind them is Baltimore, and then you got some other.
You're right. You're absolutely right. I'm thinking about Shaq and Kobe. That's regret because they left some on the table. These dudes maximized getting 6, so there will be no regret. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, then I don't think either one of them, well, especially Bill, he don't really care about this whole how it playing out in the media. I don't think he gives a damn about that. So we'll see what he cooking up. But would you like to see? We're gonna talk about your boy now.
Yeah.
Would you like to see him? Would you like to see him in New England? You think that's a good fit based on what they look like they may be trying to do because they're getting rid of a lot of players? I don't want Cam to go to a bad situation because shit. May I argue that y'all have put better weapons on the roster now than at any point that he was quarterback. Now that he gone,
can you believe this shit? I saw something the other day. They were talking about the wide receivers we had this Super Bowl year. Ted again, Jericho Cotry, Jason Avant, and Devin Funchess.
Damn, those names there, Devin Avant and Jericho.
Well, and of course, I'm sorry, Greg Olson was there too. He was healthy. Mm-hmm. But that's it. That's what he took to the Super Bowl. That's it. But I heard something interesting the other day I hadn't thought about. McDaniels. He put an offense together for Tim Tebow in Denver.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Cam Newton's much better than Tim Tebow.
Just better. A little bit, right?
Yeah. So now I would like to see him go there. I think that'd be a solid place for him. But, you know, I was getting frustrated. You had to control yourself when you want to tweet crazy shit. I was really getting irritated by this whole we're going to roll with Tyrod thing.
Oh, talking about for the Chargers?
Yes. Tyrod Taylor can't carry Cam Newton's shoulder pads.
Right.
Stop it. Just stop.
This the Chargers we talking about. And you would think not only is Cam Newton way better than Tyrod Taylor, you would think with a team that's having trouble selling tickets, getting sponsors, you're moving into a new stadium. The fan base in LA ain't really featuring you so far because they've been on the Rams. Just think about what Cam in LA with all them scarves and all that shit in that powder blue.
This is me as a season ticket holder. And I get the letter saying how much my ticket's going to cost with Tyrod Taylor on the front of the letter.
Balling that shit up. Y'all hear that, people? Trash can.
Because they can put Tyrod Taylor on the season ticket package. And now you heard them say last year with Phillip Rivers, they were saying how we played basically 16 away games. And you're going to go into this year with Ty God. And let's be clear, people. We like Ty God. But he ain't your starter. He ain't that. No.
Nah. I mean, Ty God, 6-7 wins. That's probably what you're going to get.
And he ain't going to turn the ball over. He's going to be real safe. Yeah. It's not going down the field. That's not happening.
He's Teddy Bridgewater. If Teddy
Bridgewater is Coke Zero, Ty God is what? Czech soda, Coke Zero?
Hey, man, Czech soda is good. Don't be shitting on Czech soda.
Grape Czech soda and strawberry, yes. But the cola, you ain't buying no cola.
Oh, the cola, okay.
You ain't buying cola.
I'm just saying I ain't buying it. But if I'm at the family reunion and the shit's in the cooler and it's already frozen.
A grape Czech at the bottom of the cooler?
But you're right. That Czech cola don't have that fizz.
Nope.
That real Coke or that real Pepsi had when you crack it open. You're right.
Nope. It's not. And he, like I've been saying on Twitter for the last couple of weeks, the past week or so, Teddy Bridgewater is Coke Zero. That's what he is. Shit, you may like it. Some folks do. I don't. I just don't. So that's a hard sell right there to do to this fan base. And it's crazy too. And I think what bothers me is that they fucked him. They fucked Cam Newton over.
I think that's what's fucking with all of your fan base about it. It's just the way that they did Cam.
When he didn't come back, you remember that first road trip where they went out to play y'all and he traveled? I was like, they ain't gonna throw him out there against y'all defense. But that next week, he gonna play.
Right.
And it just kept extending. And the whole time I was telling you, I was like, dog, they can get rid of him for $2 million. They can get rid of him.
Yeah.
This shit just ain't looking good to me.
Yeah. You said it early in the season. And I was like, man, no, this is Cam, man. He only got 1 year left at a discounted rate. They ain't just gonna get rid of him. He hurt.
Because you know how the owners do. When they buy that shit, they may give you a year, maybe 2, before they put their hands on it. So
yeah. I just thought with a former MVP, a dude that went to the Super Bowl, undeniable talent that Cam is, and the fact that he was hurt. Now, if he was sucking,
that's different.
Healthy, that would have been, different. That would have been on my normal. Hey, yeah, like you said, the owners coming, new owners coming in, blah blah blah. But you're trying to keep your fan base, and now you putting Teddy Bridgewater, who's a good guy from what I could tell, you putting him in a terrible position.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? Because let him lose a couple games.
Let him lose a couple games. And let Cam go somewhere and ball. Y'all on TV flexing and dancing, handing balls to little kids. How's that going to work?
He's gonna be motivated.
Oh God!
I seen him on IG today. Brother was working out to gospel music.
Yes, but you know what? Let me ask you this. Do you think? Because Rule around the combine, all he been saying is we want Cam there. Do you think when Cam was on IG screaming, "All I want is a little commitment," they was like, you know what? No, because everything was cool till around that time.
I think the whole time, even in the moment and definitely now looking back, I think it was tepid. Because, like I said, everything that Rule was saying from when he walked in the door, hey, I didn't already talk to Cam. This was 72 hours after he was been announced as coach. I done talked to Cam, tell him what I want to do with him in our offense, blah, blah, blah. But, I got to go talk to the higher-ups.
Right.
All right. So, and then, you got a little waiting period. Then it come out a little bit later. Everybody, hey, Cam said Super Bowl week. Cam comes out, everybody, we done talk, Rule, GM, we done talk, blah, blah, blah. We good. I'm going to be back.
Yeah.
And then a little bit after that, Tepper comes out and was like, all these, if. So I'm like, okay, so here we go.
Right.
And I think you mentioned it as well, like, I don't know, something don't smell right. This ain't passing the smell test. And sure enough, here we are. And then after all that, to put it out there like he asked for a trade.
That's sucker shit.
That was the icing on the cake of the sucker shit.
Right. You know what? Our season was over, early December, give or take. They could have released him after that last regular season game. And it wouldn't have been we could have looked at that. This is business. I get it. They want to say that at 19, no problem.
It could have spun that so many ways. Save the money, new ownership, new coach. We don't know if he's gonna be healthy. You could have spent that card. You had plenty of outs to do it the right way. I'm using the air quotes.
Yeah.
They fucked the situation all up.
Bruh, he was a finalist for NFL Man of the Year and didn't play a damn game, which lets you know what he's doing in the Charlotte area. And you walk him out the door. You basically hold him. Let's wait. Okay, let him go. Now ain't no jobs available. That's sucker shit.
And speaking of sucker shit, I saw, speaking of this Walter Payton Award, because yes, Cam does excellent things in the community in Charlotte and back here in the A as well.
Yeah, he does.
Which one of them fucking brothers was it? The Hasselbeck. It was the motherfucker that said the coin flip motherfucker that played for the Seahawks. Which one is that?
That's
Matt. That's Matt, ain't it? Yeah, Matt. Tim, all right. Tim
keeps it real.
Yeah, he don't give a fuck. Tim shoot it straight. Yes. But Matt, that little motherfucker, he gets on TV a couple of days ago. I seen him on NFL Live talking about he don't think Cam handled the situation of being released right and how this may affect who his next team is. He don't think that that's how a leader should act. And why is he doing IG? Why is he getting on and doing an IG post in hieroglyphic font? And I'm like, Cam been doing that same bullshit font for months. When I'm trying to figure out long ass time he been doing that shit. Yeah. I'm like, man, this man ain't never in trouble. You know what I'm saying? The things he does in the community. The only thing that we ain't seen out of Cam is when he had that truck accident and he was laying upside down with that damn truck on him, smiling.
That's
it. You know what I'm saying? But I know what he wanted. But I know because I read people, and I know what he couldn't say it, but he wanted to talk about Cam and this baby mama situation.
Yeah.
That's what he wanted to allude to, because you don't have no concerns about Cam's character. He's never been that guy. Never been that guy. So you starting to see a lot of this shit
every day on that show talking about, I got sources in that locker room and in the organization. He was hard to deal with. I have not heard outside of Kelvin Benjamin one player who played with him come out and say he was this, he was that. They was all having fun to me with him.
I can tell you how that's bullshit. Greg Olson signs will co-sign on for Cam any day of the week. And if Greg Olson will, we know what kind of dude Greg Olson is.
Yes.
That alone tells you that Colin Cowherd, that shit is bullshit. This reminds me of when Cam was coming into the league before the draft process and he's disingenuous and all of that shit was coming out.
Yes.
It's starting to remind me of that.
It's a joke, and you hate to see it. We got to get going, but we have on the bottom of this list 3 number 1 picks over the last decade. Number 1, not 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Number 1 picks are looking for jobs right now. Does that even sound right?
It doesn't. It doesn't. And we're talking about the other ones. We're talking about people, Jameis Winston and Jadeveon Clowney. Now, in Clowney's case, is he just being greedy and asking for too much damn money?
If Seattle had 18.5 on the table, if they legit had that, he a damn fool not signing.
Right. You know what I'm saying? If that's not right, if that's not just a bullshit rumor that's out there by one side or the other to try to maneuver the negotiating price, if that's real and he's stuck on, I got to have 20. Dude, we're 2 weeks into free agency. If you were going to get 20, somebody would have been in your driveway at 12:01. Well, not with COVID and all of that, but
he played 75 games and got 32 sacks.
I don't think he's ever had a double-digit sack season, they were saying.
And sacks they're not the only thing, but that just don't look good. 75 games, 32 sacks, and you talking about you want to reset the market? How, Sway?
And people have injury concerns. Teams have injury concerns about you, dude. So it was like, man, you need to come up off that price. You better go ask Melvin Gordon about overplaying.
How that works out. Yes. Yes. Talk to your boy Mel. But yeah, I think Cam gonna ball. We can come up off of that wherever he goes. But I also think this was a good time for people to try to humble him. I think that's, a lot of folks coming out talking shit now, saying a whole lot of stuff. Like you said, he ain't getting locked up. Folks ain't coming to his house. The boy's out giving turkeys away, taking care of kids, not his children. He does that. That's personal, but all the stuff he does in the community, but they drag him. And it's a lot of these quarterbacks who aren't playing well. It's 5 of them who've been good pretty much this entire time. 5 or 6 maybe. It's an unfortunate situation.
They don't like it when you don't look, act, think, talk like the traditional quarterback in the sense of this cookie cutter dude. You know what I'm saying? They don't like that. Cam got the hair, Cam got the clothes, Cam got the swag. They don't like that from their quarterbacks. And anytime they could just try to shit on them, they can. Like I seen some idiot on Twitter, a verified account at that, I want to say, had the nerve to tweet that Lamar Jackson is what Taysom Hill is what Lamar Jackson want to be.
Oh my God! Please don't bring up Taysom Hill. I'm going to erupt.
Okay. We won't. I'm just saying that's the kind of bullshit that be out there. We gonna move on though.
Oh my God, let's get off of that. All right, speaking of quarterback, I just can't. I seriously cannot. Motherfuckers on TV talking about New England should go get Taysom Hill. You're gonna hand a franchise to a dude who thrown the ball 15 times, and Cam Newton's out there, and Jameis Winston are out there. Hell, Andy Dalton, and you gonna hand it? Okay, let's keep moving.
Belichick would definitely be stepping aside if that happened.
Oh my God, that's a joke. All right, let me ask you about your boy, Dak Prescott. Okay. He got the tag like we thought he was gonna get. Now, have we heard exact numbers of these deals that have been offered to him? Because Dallas is leaking stuff, but Dak has finally done like what we told him to a couple weeks ago, maybe a couple months ago. Stop talking. Don't say shit. Let your people talk.
Right. Yeah, because I saw the talks are back on now. I guess they talking.
I saw something today. Ed Werder, he's pretty solid. He came out and said, they haven't been, like super great talks, but they expect the deal to get done. before the beginning of the season, and he's gonna be the highest paid quarterback.
I mean, the last number I heard was the 105 guaranteed.
Yeah.
So
That's more than golf.
like I said, yeah. I mean, it's got to come. I think the Cowboys were trying to not have to make him the highest paid quarterback, but it looks like that's what it's going to take. I mean, oh well. I don't know.
If
Cowboys
he can't take 35, that's a solid
30,
number.
I mean,
for him.
35, 34, 30. I'm just thinking about whatever his number ends up being, plus Ezekiel Elliott's number, plus Amari Cooper's number. Yeah, the cap going up a little bit, but it's still a hard cap. You can't go over that shit. So I'm worried about I ain't worried about it because it's the Cowboys. They could fail all day for all I care. But what is the depth on the team going to look like?
Well, let's talk about that now. I mean, look at how it worked out. You lost your second best pass rusher. You lost your number one corner. I'm not blaming Fredrickson on them because that was for injury. He retired. But
right.
you lost important pieces that you got to find a way to replace with younger players. I think the biggest thing for Jerry and them, can you name a meaningful Dak win?
No, because he hasn't had any. No, not really, because he hasn't had any really meaningful games. Now, he's had some good games against some big teams. I want to say, just off the top of my head, I want to say they beat the Saints. Was that last year when the Saints were rolling and they beat that Saturday or Monday night?
It was a Thursday. I think it was like 13-10. So it wasn't like he put up huge numbers. Remember, that was a defensive game. And of course, I mean, he ain't got to throw for 400 yards a game and 4 touchdowns every time. You ain't got to. But if you're turning down 35 and we ain't even made the playoffs last year, a lot of the damage you did to get them numbers up was at the end of the game, we were down 2-3 touchdowns. I'd have a hard time handing him $40 million.
Yeah. It was we have the Eagles, and mainly the Rams to thank for this shit.
Yeah.
Because when you look at what Jared Goff is getting, and I like Carson Wentz. I just think
I do too.
I don't know exactly what's up there, but I think he is going to be all right. But if you just look at what Jared Goff getting, how can you take less money than Jared Goff?
Right. You can't.
You can't. So that's the fucked up part about the quarterback money right now.
But you also got to contribute that back to TB, because these teams keep wanting these young boys to sit there and do like Brady was and take less money. It don't work that way. Y'all making billions and I'm supposed to give money back. Don't work that way. So
no, not at all. Not at all.
All right, so we got through him. Any of these? Ryan Tannehill got paid. You brought him up earlier.
Right.
Now that's another one right there. Now look at the money Ryan Tannehill got, and he started with 7 games.
Let's talk about the money Ryan Tannehill got for them 7 games. All right. Yes. Okay, so he got a 3-year deal basically, right? So at signing, he got a $20 million signing bonus, and he got his 2020 and 2021 salaries of $17.5 and $24.5 million guaranteed. So again, $20 million signing bonus, $17.5 million for 2020 salary, and $24.5 for 2021, fully guaranteed at signing. That's $62 million right there.
Jesus.
Okay. Next, at the end of this season, okay, if he is still on the roster on the 5th day of the 2021 league year, which would be March, whatever next year.
Yeah.
His 2022 salary then becomes fully guaranteed, and that's another $29 million. Okay? So basically, for him not to see $91 million in 3 years, this is Ryan Tannehill we're talking about, people. They would have to cut him after this year. What are the chances of that happening when you would have paid him $37 $24.5 million, and you would still owe him $24.5 million. What's the chances of you? What's the chances of you cutting him after this season? Slim to fucking none.
I gotta see his career earnings because that little funny money deal he got in Miami, he saw some of that money.
He saw some of it. Yeah. Yeah. But he basically just signed 3 years, $90 million with this deal right here.
My God. And didn't even come in camp as the starter.
Like you said, cuz 7 games. Okay.
Hey, he was
and yes, he did some. I was saying the playoffs, Derrick Henry carried the team. And he got tagged.
So the dude who handed me the ball when I did all the work got $92 million over 3 years. And y'all gonna give me 1 year 12.
I got the tag. Word.
It's a cold world, dog. It's a cold world. Okay.
Hey. Another salary I wanted to bring up real quick, because I want to look at, while you looking up yearly or career earnings, I want to look at Kirk Cousins' yearly earnings or career earnings, because he got tagged twice in Washington at what, 25 or so?
Yeah.
Okay, then he signed the 3 year, what was it, 90? No, 3 years, 84 fully guaranteed is what he signed coming into them. Okay, so he had the last year of his Vikings deal this year. They tore that one up and gave him another 3-year deal, $96 million. Okay, where he got $61 million more in fully guaranteed money. All right, a $35 million salary for 2020 because fully guaranteed if he's on the roster the third day of the league year next year, which he probably will be. So basically in 2 more years, he's going to have the Vikings over the same barrel that he had them over this year. Kirk Cousins is out here winning people. And I ain't even talking about football games. They ain't really doing too bad at that, actually.
Okay.
Jesus
in 8
Christ.
seasons before this new deal, Ryan Tannehill made $77.9 million. Bro,
I bet you he don't have 77 touchdowns. I'm looking it up right now. I bet you he don't have 77 thrown touchdowns.
When it's all said and done, he's going to walk away from the NFL with $195.9 million. $196 million. Jesus Christ.
Ryan Tannehill. Okay, I'm tripping. He got way more than 77 touchdowns. He got 145.
Oh, he got 145? Okay, that's surprising.
I'm looking. Damn, he's been in the league since 2012.
You remember he was playing with Ocho. That was his rookie year, but
like I said, I forgot he got that funny money deal around the same time that Cap did.
Cap got that. And Andy Dalton. They got them deals around the same time. Man, they paying these cats real money, and they ain't winning shit. Nothing.
Bro.
Hey, now, off of what we just discussed, if you Derrick Henry, you going to camp?
Oh, no.
I ain't going. Hell no.
And he don't have to. He ain't got to worry about getting fined or anything because he ain't signed, as long as he don't sign his tag.
As long as he don't sign
his tag.
Now let's transition to something in regards to him. So, Derrick Henry.
But hold on, go ahead. Oh no, just one thing about the holdout piece.
Yeah.
Because I read over this reading something else the other day. Did you know that in the new CBA, remember how the cats that actually are under contract and are holding out or whatever would of course they say you get fined $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 a day, right? Yeah. And most of the times those fines get waived.
Yeah.
Now it's in the CBA. It's not up to the team no more to determine whether to remove the fines or not. They're mandatory. So if cats decide to hold out, you will be fined, and it's coming out of your check directly. Ain't no more the team will be, all right, we'll waive it, we'll forgive it. No. I'm like, how did they? That's the kind of shit I think that some of the players be like, DeMar Smith, what the fuck are you doing? You should not let that kind of shit be negotiated into the contract. That is, Jesus Christ.
So they basically sat there and said, let's give them weed. And we'll take all of this back from them.
The players wanted to smoke weed is what it came down to, basically.
So, cuz it's not even a team decision no more. Just if you don't show up to camp, you're getting docked.
Fine. You're docked.
That sucks.
I was like, wow.
That sucks bad. Okay, now we're talking about Derrick Henry. One of the main reasons why Derrick Henry probably won't get the money he think he's supposed to get is the gentleman who got released by the LA Rams last week, Todd Gurley. That's a big dead money hit they took to let him go.
They had no choice. I mean, they had to bite the bullet at some point. We saw this shit 2 years ago. Everybody saw it 2 years ago. Like, wait a minute. Y'all got way too much on. And y'all like, wait a minute, y'all structured this like this? They didn't structure the contracts right. They were just giving away money those 2 years.
Yes.
Now it's to bit them in the ass.
Push my chips in the middle of the table. Now, none of this shit would matter to me had they beat New England for that Super Bowl. Because if you get one, you can justify
out of it. Absolutely.
But the fact that they ain't even get the one when New England wasn't even at the top of their game, and then you turn right back around when Jared Goff didn't do shit in that Super Bowl, and you pay him, and now you got to tear the whole team down, essentially. Old boy not looking like a genius right now, huh?
No, not at all. And I'm just thinking, looking, they still got Brandon Cook's ass they need to get rid of, but nope. Get rid of him. That's another. How in that $29 million dead cap hit for Brandon Cooks 3 years into a contract? What the fuck?
Or is it 2
years into a contract?
Am I thinking crazy to think they're going to finish dead last in y'all division next year? I think Arizona's going to be better.
Arizona going to be better. And shout out to Rory on Twitter, official Rory. I was talking to him, and I was like, man, I like the DeAndre Hopkins trade, but like they didn't really have shit on offense last year outside of Fitz.
Yeah.
But I recall some of our conversations about them, and I remember telling you, well, they got Christian Kirk.
Yeah.
And he's pretty decent. So they got some pretty decent weapons out there.
Yeah, if he's your 3.
Mm-hmm.
And, he's probably their 2. Fitzgerald in the slot, that's their 3.
Yeah, that's a 3 right there. The line got to hold up. That's we didn't get too far into the discussion about it, but that's the point I was making. The line in Arizona still got some work to be done. And Kyler Murray, he can move around and everything, but you want him moving around within the concepts of in the confines of your offense,
right? Not running for
his damn life,
right?
So they still got to, I think, tighten that up a little bit. But
absolutely,
Arizona gonna be doing things. But yeah, the Rams. The way it's looking right now, and it's early. Draft ain't came and all that, but where it's looking right now,
no first round picks. They gave all them away. Yeah, I don't think they
don't have
seconds.
They don't have any first until 2022, I think. They
still got to pay Jalen. What's that gonna cost? Now you just gave what Byron Jones just got. Where is that at? Byron Jones just got 5 years, 82.5. 100.
I'm about saying he don't have nowhere near the pedigree or the name that Jalen Ramsey got. So
they gave 2 first round picks to get Jalen. 100.
So you got to sign him
easily.
You got to sign him.
Bless them.
Oh boy, it sounds like they're gonna be right back in the same situation.
Yeah, sure gonna be right back there. All right, let's move on through this. Tell me why the Indianapolis Colts gave a 38-year-old dude who looks washed $25 million for 1 year. Was that the old man going rate this summer? Because Drew Brees, Phillip Rivers, and Tom Brady got the same money.
25, yeah.
That's the old man rate.
Yeah. I think they looked at probably Jimmy Garoppolo's contract as the threshold line. It was like, okay, that's what it seems like. Yeah. Everybody else is at it. Jimmy not at 30. He's a little under there, but everybody else is like 30 and up. So it was like, nah, we ain't giving y'all top, but here you go. So out of all of them, I think Drew is in the best shape probably.
Yeah.
I hate to see Emmanuel Sanders go from the Niners, but that's going to be a great pickup for the Saints. That's a
good pickup.
That's going to be a great pickup. Now, only thing with him, and It missed him last year, so be on the lookout for it. He tends to get hurt.
Hell, he got back fast, I thought, from an Achilles.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. And I think he only missed maybe one game or half a game last year for a concussion or something with his neck. That first Seahawks game, he missed, I think, the next game. But that's a great pickup. Michael Thomas been needing another reliable guy next to him for a couple years now. So I like that pickup for the Saints.
I'm trying to think of these other deals that stick out to me. Most of these dudes got tagged.
Going back to Gurley.
Yeah.
You know, because I mean, we right here in the A. We know our homies. Shout out to the crew.
Yeah.
They Falcons fans through and through. You know, we hear it at work. We hear it on the radio. We hear it everywhere. We hear it in the city. There's a lot of buzz going around about Todd Gurley joining the camp.
Yeah.
It's also coming out that all 11 projected starters on offense are former first-round picks, and that this is supposed to be the thing that takes them over the hump. I wouldn't be sold on that so much because you didn't draft them. So that means that they didn't work out wherever the hell they came from.
Right.
You know, Laquan Treadwell, I loved him coming out of college. Been a total bust.
Solid. Yeah.
Yeah. Been a total bust since coming into the league.
Yep.
Pass rush. I still they picked up Robert
Fowler
Quinn,
Jr.
right?
I wouldn't have gave
Fowler Jr.
$48 million. I wouldn't have did that. It's like is this not the typical Falcons move? When I heard this about that signing, what was that dude a couple years ago it was another pass rusher they picked up. It wasn't Henry. I mean, it wasn't Abraham. It was another dude. They always get a number 2 pass rusher, pay him real money, and then he don't do shit. I can't remember which one it was.
Okay.
You
I
know,
vaguely
it was a
remember.
dude they picked up a couple years ago. I can't think of his name, but he was the big free agent pickup, another pass rusher, and he gave him shit. Yeah. I can't remember his name. I'll look it up.
Was it old boy from the Colts? Was he here?
Well, we had
Dwight Freeney?
Somebody else. I can't remember who, but it was the big
Dwight Freeney, Patrick Kearney.
Freeney was solid. It was
Abraham.
Abraham was good. There was another guy in between. The big
Abraham was good. Okay.
He was supposed to be the guy, and they ain't give him shit, nothing. But that's what the Falcons. I said we because we're here. That shit always works out that way in free agency for them. Always. Can you think of a home run in free agency? I mean, Michael Turner, yes.
Michael Turner was a good pickup. How did they acquire Tony Gonzalez? Was that through trade or was that free agency?
That was through trade.
Okay.
Let me see if I can find that dude.
I was thinking. Speaking of Abraham, was he trade too?
I believe so. Okay. But I think now. I remember we were talking last week, and I said Gurley's probably going to ball this year. I can see 1,600 total yards. I can see it. I mean, but they ain't all rushing.
No. I mean, I was with you. 1,000 rushing yards, maybe 400 or so passing, maybe. But that was before I read an article from one of the doctors that was like, he's shaking his head like, yo, his knee is still fucked. Y'all know that, right?
I saw that. I saw that.
So I don't know. You going from thinking, okay, with Gurley, even if he's 70-75% of himself, maybe that's enough of a run game for the Falcons to be effective. But now, maybe you could do something else with your first-round pick. I'm starting to – oh, yeah, the underwear model cat.
Yes. That's who
okay.
That's who
he got a lot of money. You're right. He didn't do jack shit. Because I think it was him and what's the housewife's husband's name? He was on the other side, right?
Yeah. Bierman.
Yeah, Corey Bierman. I want to say they played together. I could be wrong, but yeah, those are the kind of guys that the Falcons always get. But with their first round pick, would you still take somebody like DeAndre Swift if he's still there with your first round pick?
Nah, I wouldn't.
So you don't have to run Gurley in the ground like that?
Nope. I'd take old boy from Wisconsin in the second round though.
Jonathan Taylor?
Yep.
Okay.
I mean, but truth be told, the way they do these backs nowadays, take somebody in the third and fourth.
Yeah, that's true.
The little bit of the combine I watched, I could be wrong. A lot of these dudes are fast, and a lot of them can catch. So,
Yeah.
you know, they're going to run you into the ground nowadays. You got to feel sorry for the running back position as a whole because they're going to run you through your rookie deal. You might get paid the first deal. You ain't going to see no second deal. You're not.
And I don't really see Atlanta as a run team like that anyway. I think they're going to want to score their points through the air. And in that division with the Saints, with the Bucks now, with Brady and all those weapons, you're going to have to score points. So, running the ball a whole lot may not be something that you have to go to more than 40% of the time during the season.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Of course, if you get a big lead, then you want to be able to run the ball, the chew up time if you get a big lead. But for the most part, I don't see them being a pounding team anyway.
Gurley shouldn't touch the ball no more than 16 times a game.
Yeah, 16 to 20. I say that.
Yeah.
Like I say, yeah. Then depending on how you feel in some games, I don't know if being inside will help. I don't think it will, but we'll see. We'll see.
Edo Smith little ass ain't the he's not.
But I'm excited for him just to be back, because not being a Falcons fan, but being a UGA fan.
Yes.
Todd Gurley, that's the dude. So to have him back here, home and local, that part's good. Get to see him every week.
Well, I had some questions for you about your squad.
All right, what's up?
The biggest question: did y'all make the right choice sending Defoe away and keeping Armstead?
Bro, I hope we did. Because we're talking about an all-pro in DeForest Buckner. And Armstead, he led the team in sacks last year. Armstead did last year, actually. Which, his first couple of years, he kind of struggled.
Yeah.
So, he just kind of came into his own this year. So, Donald, I hope that we did. But ultimately, I can live with the decision because we got a lot of cats on the D-line that can actually play.
Yeah.
We got a DJ Jones, or Ronald Blair that we re-signed. We got some cats that can come in and play. I was hoping we got Sue. And then I hear no talk about it. Of course, he went to the Bucks, but it's coming out that we tried hard to get him. He just the Bucks were able to pay him more than what we can offer.
What was y'all off? He only got $8 million.
We had $8 million to give him.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's why I think we lost out on Emmanuel Sanders.
Yeah.
Because he got about $8 or $9 million to go to New Orleans. So I think we could
doing some more of that Smokey from Friday shit.
Yeah, I think we had. I mean, for what I've been reading on both Sanders and Sue, we could only offer both of them about 6, maybe 7 if we stretched it, and that wasn't going to. It wasn't going to be enough.
So how real was the money for Armstead? Is it real?
Armstead got some pretty decent money. He got something in his contract that we don't normally do, which is guaranteed money in the second year of the contract. But he got some decent bread. He got about $84 million, I think, something like that.
Y'all get out of it.
The dead cap hits I'm not sure of, but it's not a long deal anyway.
Well, you know the reason I say that, because at some point y'all gonna have to pay both of them. So I figured D Ford or him, one
D
of them
Ford,
will be sacrificed.
It'll be D Ford. And actually, when because remember the day before Buckner got traded, I hit you up, and I was like, something about to happen.
Yeah, you did.
I didn't know what. I was like, something about to happen. And then as it went on, I was like, okay, D Ford might be finna get traded. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, he kind of injury prone a little bit. Yeah. He was in and out toward the end of last year. Yeah. I'm like, I can be cool with that because, again, we got other cats on the defensive line that are interchangeable and that can come in and do the job because we saw that when D Ford went out last year.
Yeah.
So then it came out it was Buck. I was like, but I understand because you look at the contract that DeForest Buckner got with the Colts.
Yeah.
We were not going to be able to pay both of them. Yeah. And it works out better because we were able to retain Jimmy Ward and pretty much everybody else. Buckner and Sanders are the only people that we lost. And whether you win the Super Bowl or lose it, teams that go to the Super Bowl usually have a lot of turnover.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? And which is why it's so hard to get back. And so us being able to keep a lot of young dudes, I'm good. I'm good with it. I'm good with the decision.
All right, let's run some hurry up here so we can get up out of here. We talked about Derrick Henry. We know the dudes who got tagged. We expect at some point some of these deals to get worked out. I think Kansas City's going to trade Chris Jones. See, because they got to save money for Mahomes.
Right.
They got to save a lot of money for him. Because it's coming due. We got them trades to talk about too. I mean, we could go on overtime since we're not going to be here for a while.
No, we good, man.
All right,
we good, man. Yeah.
Atlanta, we talked about them, but why did Austin Hooper go to Cleveland? If word on the street was Green Bay wanted him, I'm fucking with Aaron Rodgers before I fuck with Baker Mayfield. If it's me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I mean, all day. Because it's cold in either place, so that ain't a deterrent. Ain't shit to do in either place, so that ain't a deciding factor.
Right.
It had to be the money.
We knew Jimmy was gonna get gone from Green Bay, so they had to have some money. So you think he just snatched that first deal? They was like, okay, we got 44 sold instead of waiting.
What did he end up getting?
4 years, $44 million. He's not on the sheet. I forgot to put him on there.
No, you good. I'm looking at available cap space just to see what kind of money the Packers had. Right now, they only got 12.8, so you'll say $13 million. And I don't think they've signed many people, right?
They couldn't
have seen many signings.
Next to nothing.
Right, that much, right. So maybe they didn't have the money really to go after him and do other things.
Yeah.
Maybe, like I said, it had to come down to money because ain't no way in hell anybody in their right mind that ain't on crack is choosing to go play with Baker Mayfield, a first-time coach. You don't even know if Baker Mayfield gonna even be the fucking quarterback after this year, because Stefanski may come in and end all that shit versus going to play with the future Hall of Famer. It had to be the money.
And let's just take out all of Baker's bullshit. Take that out. Let's say Baker's balling. Let's just say he is. You going to be the third or fourth option behind Odell Beckham Jr. and Jarvis Landry? How many balls you gonna see? Also, David Njoku's there too.
And Cleveland, it's a cold city. They're going to run the ball. So Nick Chubb is going to get 25 carries a game.
And Kareem Hunt going to get 15.
Okay. There's only about 90, 95 to 100 snaps a game. Where your ball's coming from. Yeah. But like you said, $44 million, I ain't got to catch a stink.
Yeah. And, did anybody know who this dude was? Shout out to Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan will get a tight end paid. Now, that could be because of his weak-ass arm. He can't throw it very far down the field. But he will get you paid. Yeah, I took that shot. It's the truth, though.
But I'm trying to think, but who else did he get paid, though?
Well,
he had Tony Gonzalez forever.
Yeah, I'm trying to, but he uses
it seems like somebody.
It was another one in between there.
Somebody in the middle, right?
Before somebody in between them.
Okay.
But he uses them. I mean, if we're down 15 points and they're playing prevent, my tight end gonna catch 20 balls.
Yeah.
You can have all that underneath shit. Eat.
Hey, but just like you said, I didn't think about I said money, but I didn't think about the fact, Njoku's there. So unless they're getting rid of Njoku, we got a lot of time here. I think some draft day trades are going to be happening too. So we'll see. Like you said, we talked about new regime and all of that. Stefanski might still come in there and make some moves at some point. I don't see them just pretty much running it back like they had it last year.
And there's no way that y'all can finesse and find a way to fit Odell in y'all cap.
Odell costs too much, man.
I do.
That's the only thing.
Last pick, not the one y'all just got. I'm keeping 13, but that low pick.
Yeah,
I do it. You got to find a way to make that money work.
Yeah, if they can find a way to make the money work, and it's for the 31st pick, then I'm with it, because then you can take the 13th pick. Now you. But see, this is the thing too. How does Shanahan feel about Jerry Jr.? Because that seems to be the target man.
Yeah.
Would you rather have an Odell 7 years into his career at this point. I don't care about his antics and that shit. To me, I don't scrutinize him at all for that. Only thing I will look at is him is he's got to mature a little bit as far as some of the antics on the sidelines and how he reacts. But other than that, he gets nicked up. So I'm thinking about that versus
deal too.
He don't want us to rework it. Exactly. So I look at a Jerry Jeudy where if Jerry Jeudy gonna be Odell in 3-4 years, I take that with that rookie deal. You know what I'm saying? Because if as many impact players as we can get on low money and rookie deals while this window open right now, it can extend that window.
I like Kendrick Bourne.
Man, I love Bourne, man. I'm looking at Bourne. I follow Bourne on Instagram. I was looking at him early, right before he went on, and he working.
Yeah,
he out
like
there.
Him.
He working.
You know, he's solid.
So, people see the dancing and all of that, but yeah, he put in work.
Now, earlier this show, you ate some crow in regards to Bill Belichick, or no, in regards to Tom Brady. You said, I said he wasn't gonna go nowhere. I'm about to step back and eat some crow in regards to Bill O'Brien.
I forgot all about this dickhead.
I'm gonna let you have it because I said a couple weeks ago. I said for years, I was like, he's okay. He likes Rick Ross. It's real stupid. I said that shit. I'm like, look at him. He's okay.
Oh man,
dog,
bro.
Okay, you see on here the trades. You tell me how he still has his job when all he got was David Johnson's broken down ass and a second and a fourth for DeAndre Hopkins. Now, Stephon Diggs, the number 2 in Minnesota, they got a 1, a 4, a 5, and a 6. How he still got his job?
Because he is his own boss.
You're not going to fire yourself.
He is his own boss. Because I'm trying to think. So I know he's coach and GM. I'm trying to think. Do they have another buffer, a level of management in between him and the owner, which is the wife or the family of the deceased Bob McNair?
I think that was their brother they fired last summer.
Okay, so the buffer's gone. So the widow, that's got to be 107 at this point. She probably just let them do whatever the fuck he want to do.
Okay. Now, I heard, of course, they wanted to do some spin. So they came out and said that DeAndre was going to hold out because he wanted his deal situated. And O'Brien didn't like the fact that he wasn't practicing. Okay. I still ain't going to. Why can't people just decide, look, you can be mad all you want, but I ain't trading you? Why can't people do that?
Because I looked at DeAndre's deal, his money, and I said, okay, I can see why he want a new deal because he getting like 14 a year. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But like you said, the team at 14 a year for that kind of talent, bruh. Okay, I hear you. You ain't going nowhere.
No shit. You know, we can work something out. You know, throw a little workout bonus and get you up here and there, but.
Do a couple of them Band-Aids like the Falcons kept doing Julio until they finally got it right.
So this is something that's gonna make you laugh. I know you know it already, but so they let DeAndre Hopkins go. And they signed
talking about and gave him $18 million guaranteed money. Fully guaranteed.
How does he keep getting bread?
I was like, man, Randall Cobb and Jimmy Graham, how do they keep getting money?
I don't get it. He spent more time on the sideline with them hazel eyes looking at Dak and them play than production. So you're going to go into the season. Deshaun, when you were sitting there caping up last year, I'll play for this man. I trust him. This is the only coach I want to go play for. You going into the season with Will Fuller. He's questionable right now in this offseason. Right now, he's questionable. And
did you see his? I'm looking for it right now. Did you see Deshaun Watson's tweet though after the trade?
You can't talk that shit now, and it don't matter because they own you for another 2-3 years.
Deshaun Watson ain't signed no deal yet. Oh no, they can franchise him.
They can franchise him. Shit, you're stuck. Be mad.
Yeah.
You're going nowhere. These dummies on Twitter tell me you're gonna play for the Patriots in 21. How? Man, look, this is the perfect time to have a salary cap show. The perfect time. And just you know what? We don't even gotta talk one show. Just put the franchise tag, you ain't going nowhere, and just get off camera. Just leave that shit for an hour. People just look at that shit and understand he's going nowhere.
That's what it equates to. That's what it equates to.
So, all right, these other few deals. We talked about DeForest Buckner. Nick Foles, my God. Nick Foles was trash last year. I mean, trash. He lost his job to a 6th-round pick.
That pixie dust wore off, bro.
The Chicago Bears traded for him. Essentially, if they traded for him, he's going to start over Trubisky. He's going to.
Especially with that deal, because remember, we just said a couple of weeks ago, nobody trading for Nick Foles in that fucking deal. The Bears, hold my beer.
Right. See what we know. One thing about this offseason, and it works pretty much with everything in life, it's about who you know. A lot of them dudes in Chicago was in Kansas City when he was there, or they worked with him in Philly. So dudes was there, they're gonna work with what they're familiar with, but he was bad last year. And I don't think the weapons in Chicago are much better than what they are in Jacksonville. Allen Robinson and who's the other?
You got Allen Robinson, which used to be in Jacksonville, coincidentally.
Who's the other wide receiver there?
Tyler Gabriel ain't there no more because he's a free agent.
I was about to say he's small anyway.
It seems like they got another retread from somebody, but well, I guess could pull up the depth chart real quick. But it's not a whole lot there.
Loses his job to this dude, and you've been in that same offense 3 years now.
I mean, but Trubisky kind of put this on. I ain't gonna say he put it all on himself because I think Nagy didn't help him out the early part of last year with his play calling. Because it's mighty funny. He switched it up toward the end of part of the year, and Trubisky looked like he's at least played quarterback before, versus the beginning of the year where like he never touched a fucking football. But Trubisky did this to himself.
Mobile now.
They had Cordell Patterson and Anthony Miller. You can do a lot worse than those weapons, but yeah, they ain't working with a whole lot. The Bears are going to be no, they can't be last in the division because the Lions still play football. So, oh well.
Oh, Detroit's terrible too. My God.
Big Play Slay got his goddamn way up out of there though.
Yeah, shout out for Philly for finally going to get a number 1 corner. He gonna ball for them, you think?
I'm scared, and the only reason I'm scared. What's up, Kane and Ice?
Shout out to
it seems like every time Philly get the shutdown corner and pay him, it don't quite work out that way no more.
Asante Samuel, Asamoah. It seemed like it was another one in there too. I can't remember, but yeah, you're right.
But then Asante balled for them though, right?
I thought he balled with the Patriots.
I know he did.
Give or take.
He was probably the best. He was the best. Okay, I could tell. Okay, the money didn't add up maybe yet, but he was the best out of the guys we talk about.
Yeah. Now Asamoah was just a train wreck. That didn't work. He got exposed.
Yeah.
So, but past that, any other? Folks are sitting there talking about. Folks sitting there talking about, well, if Ron Rivera wouldn't take Cam, he took Kyle Allen. Dummies. If you're in the grocery store, let's take the grocery store out. You're in Best Buy, and there's a 75-inch TV, and they're going to mark that TV down on Tuesday. You going to buy that motherfucker on Sunday? You going to wait till Tuesday? It wasn't nothing about Cam and, they take on that 19. They had to release him. When they guaranteed Teddy Bridgewater 63, Cam was going to get released. Kyle Allen going to Washington, if they do decide to go get Cam Newton, he'll be the dude, high-fiving Cam when he comes off. But I like the Calais Campbell one too. That was pretty solid for the Ravens.
I wanted to ask you this about the damn, what side we was just talking about? Not Cam. Damn, what did you say before we were talking about Cam?
Kyle Allen.
Yeah, Kyle Allen.
Okay.
Appreciate it. I was thinking about this. Would it be in play possibly? Again, a whole nother new regime type thing. You ain't my guy.
Yeah.
Ron Rivera sign Cam and bring Cam in and then have Haskins sit.
It's funny.
I don't think you can really do that though, because I think if Cam's healthy, he's got more than enough years left where you can't really just sit Haskins and wait. You don't want to sit nobody for more than probably 2 years and have him wait. If you bring Cam in, he's gonna be your quarterback.
What do you always tell me about society?
In regards to what? It's full of shit?
Nah, go past that.
Oh,
you always say you say it's a microwave society. And I think that's the fear in regards to wherever you bring Cam. Let's say he balls. You ain't gonna sit him down. Now, I was thinking this morning, you just brought up Haskins. I was gonna hit you and ask you. At 15, if you didn't draft him, you ain't got to necessarily be loyal to a top 15 pick. I mean, if a guy, you ain't got to. That's not really. It's like everything outside of top 10 is basically a second, to me at least. So you could push him to the bench if you wanted to. Ain't gonna be no fan backlash because it's not like it was number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Because that's what made me explore the possibility. Because I was thinking about this and maybe, well, could it be a package where the Redskins just simply trade Haskins to the Panthers for Cam?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now, playing behind Teddy Bridgewater, now that's a situation where you probably can expect to get on the field in a couple of years, if not sooner. You know? Yeah. And then you can have Kyle, and then you bring Kyle Allen over. Now Ron's got basically the same 2 quarterbacks he had last year.
Right.
And he got him healthy. So I don't know. It's yeah. So it's going to be interesting to see what he does. Because with that defense, man, I think you got to kind of do something on offense to kind of catch it up. Weapons is a problem too.
Yeah, they got to fix the weapons, but you can't quantify juice. And you bring Cam Newton to your team.
DC.
It's juice. And we're talking about DC. Mm-hmm. Chocolate City.
Yes, sir.
Man, please.
Yes, sir.
When the last time the Redskins were like a factor?
RG3. I mean, that's just
that
playoff.
How many years ago was that?
2011, 2012.
Right.
The Kaepernick time frame.
People, I'm not making this shit up. Y'all saw it. Cam Newton, the juice he brings, and he's hungry right now.
And that would think about how in people. If I'm overstepping, I ain't from the area, so I don't know how this is really supposed to go fully. But I think I got it right. Think how lit the DMV area would be.
My God.
If you got Baltimore with Lamar Jackson, you got the brother quarterback in that team, and they doing well. And then you bring Cam over here, you got him in DC.
My God.
All right. And they all right there together. I think the DMV would be pretty proper fucking popping.
I think we need to go up there to go to another one of them day parties.
There it is. There it is.
You got anything else this week? I think football is what it is. Marcus Mariota went to the Raiders. They have zero faith in Derek Carr.
Yeah, that's true. We ain't even talk about our boy. We ain't talking about Jabu.
Yeah, we gotta talk about James.
Well, I mean, we ain't gonna take long because it ain't too many spots to talk about him possibly going. Where does this?
I was ahead of the curve, cuz I was on here a month ago talking about him going to Pittsburgh. That's all on TV now.
I saw it.
All on TV.
I saw it. I mean, at this point, he's he's gonna have to take backup money. So that whole bag piece has probably got to be out the window for the time being.
Jameis done seen money though. Jameis done seen as a number 1 pick. He done seen some bread. He got the full 5. Is it? But how about this though? Is that not the most disappointing 1 and 2 picks that you can recall in the last few years? Neither one of them got retained by their teams on the second deal.
Yeah, man, and for them to both be quarterbacks.
That doesn't happen.
Yeah, I mean, GMs, fans. I mean, this shit happens every year. It's gonna happen this year. It's gonna happen next year, and it's gonna keep happening because everybody's in love with quarterbacks. But a lot of these guys get taken too soon, and some of the guys that end up falling, Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes. I mean, Patrick Mahomes fell to like the middle of the round. But if we would have known he was gonna be this, he wouldn't have lasted that even to the middle part of the first round. Right. You look at Aaron Rodgers. Yeah. You know, a lot of these cats that then drop.
Drew Brees in the second.
You know, and then you got these cats that drafted high, top 5, Jameis Winston, Mariota, Mitchell Trubisky. People that gave up the farm to trade up for him, you know, and these cats ain't doing shit.
Am I wrong for thinking Sam Darnold should be on the clock?
Darnold's interesting situation. I will say I'm biased because I kind of like Darnold a little bit.
I don't dislike him, but it's coming up on 3 years. The way they move nowadays, put it this way. The better way to answer that question. If they fuck around and end up at 1 next year, they taking Trevor Lawrence?
I mean, it's possible because I think it may be time to pick whether you're going to pick up his 5th-year option, Darnold, or not. But I say that situation is interesting because it's the Jets. They suck. And, you know, he had the mono thing last year. I think that kind of derailed last year. And then, most importantly, Adam fucking Gase.
Yeah,
Adam Gase. Adam Gase.
They keep giving these suckers full control of franchise.
I don't have a lot of faith in him. You know, and just as much as bad play can tank a young player's career, bad coaching can do it just as fast.
Yeah.
And so I don't have a lot of faith in Adam Gase. So Sam Darnold is tricky, but for all intents and purposes of this discussion, yeah, he's on the clock because either way, at some point you got to shit to get off the pot. So
you always tell
he's got to make something work.
You always say the 3rd year is what's important. Teams ain't even giving cats. You normally control a 1st-round pick for 5 years. They going the other way after what? The 2nd or 3rd year now. Their minds are made up in most cases. And that's unfortunate to me. But microwave
that goes back to the microwave society. And it really goes back to the fact that probably 75% of these GMs in team scouting departments, whatever, they don't know how to evaluate talent and evaluate the talent and how it's going to carry over to the NFL. I'm gonna stay sitting on my horse about, you know, a lot of people talking about the quarterbacks make too much money and you can't win Super Bowls with that. I tend to disagree because if your scouting department know what they're doing, if you know how to draft and you know how to develop young players, then you can do it. But if you got to depend on making your team through free agency, you know, and signing big money players, that's not gonna cut it. So in that case, your quarterback can't make a whole lot of money. But you know, we'll see how it goes.
Last question. It's all football. The NBA season's over with, of course. You think we're gonna have a regular season? They're going straight playoffs.
I think it really depends on the time frame.
How many games is left? About
less
10,
20 or less. 20 or less. I mean, if we look at the Bucks, who had the best record, they were 53-12. So that is 5. So that's 65 games. So they had about 17 games left. So that's about what everybody had, give or take a few here and there. I really think, I mean, your president is talking about Easter, which is 2 weeks away. Getting everything. I don't. Okay, that's smoke.
Yes.
That is definitely smoke. I think if this thing carries over into once you get to middle of May, 1st of May, middle of May, I think you got to think about just going ahead and going with the playoffs.
Yeah.
However, I with it only being a few games left, I want to see a ramp up here. I don't want the playoffs to just start. You know what I'm saying?
They're gonna have to take at least 2-3 weeks to get right, because they can't even practice together.
Right. So let me go back. Now that I'm thinking about it now. With only about 17 games left, give or take, and if they're going to need 3 weeks, they probably going to play a condensed schedule. They might not play all 17 to finish it out, but they're going to play a condensed schedule. They're going to try to get some games, more regular season games in before these playoffs start. Because it wouldn't be fair to just stop everything as is right now, because you got some seeding things that can still play out.
I can hear Portland bitching right now. They say
and you got with that 8 seed in the West, you got a lot that's still up for grabs there, because Portland still had Memphis on their schedule twice.
Yep.
To play them. You know what I'm
Pelicans
saying? So
still hanging around. I can hear it now.
Yeah, they got to play that, and they got to try to recoup some of that revenue too. Can't forget about that, because not all these teams gonna make the playoffs. So I think we're gonna see some condensed end of the regular season before we get to the playoffs.
And folks always sit there talk about how, these teams, these owners, they got money. Dog, they lost $200 million this summer off of old boy from Houston fucking up that China deal. You just can't keep losing bread and expect the shit to be all right.
It'll be okay. Right.
It just doesn't work that way. But last question,
business got to come into play.
Last question, NBA. Out of the teams we consider that can win it, who does this time off benefit more? Now Giannis was hurt going into it. The Lakers
I think he was gonna be okay. I would say the Lakers first, then the Clippers. The Lakers obviously, because now Bron can recharge. AD can drink some muscle milk and get on some weights for the playoffs. I've been pleased with his play. I just
expect more, and I might be being hard on him, because he'll get his numbers, and by the time the game over, you'll be like, damn, he got 30 points, but he'll have 9 boards and shooting all them jumpers, and I hate the jumpers.
I'll say this is our thing with AD though. It's the jumpers and the fact that he's big. But see, one thing, and I was thinking about this one. I know we talk about it a lot. Why is he doing this shit?
Yes.
But you got to think, as long as he's been playing basketball, at the end of the day, you revert back to how you started playing.
He was a guard.
And he was always a point guard, always a guard. And then he just shot up one summer. And now he's bigger than everybody. You know what I'm saying?
That, and also, when has Bron ever played with a big man who was in the middle of the floor? The lane kind of need to be open for him. I ain't think about that till just now. So Chris Bosh is always on the wing, shooting jumpers.
Yeah,
Kevin Love shooting jumpers.
I think come playoff time, I think we'll see AD in the post more, because teams are gonna, when you playing 7-game series, teams, they'll make adjustments. They play you differently. The game gonna slow down. So I don't think he's gonna be shooting those jumpers as much. He's still gonna do it, but we gonna see him in the post, which is what we like to see. Because
I want him to bust Montrezl Harrell's ass. He is too small to hold him, and they were putting guards on him that last Clipper game.
Mm-hmm. Right.
That's disrespectful, beyond disrespectful. You're almost 7 feet.
Mm-hmm.
Did Bron Did Bron make it a little bit closer MVP wise to you toward the end there? I kind of felt like he did. And I know before I said it was all Giannis, but I kind of felt like he caught him a bit.
He definitely narrowed the gap.
Yeah.
Now, I guess it all depends from your perspective. How far did you have him behind before the All-Star break? I
had him way behind.
Before all of the talk started, you know what I'm saying? Because we know the media drives these narratives and things, and so all of a sudden they started talking about Bron more. Then he won that big game against them, that Friday night, and then he beat the Clippers that Sunday. They beat the Clippers that Sunday. So I think that pushed him to probably about a tie as far as the media was concerned.
Yeah.
And then Giannis going out with the injury,
he was going to sneak ahead of him.
That was definitely about to change some things. So to me, though, LeBron is the MVP every year, regardless of who wins it. Because even with Anthony Davis, when you look at when LeBron steps off of the floor, and we just repeating and talking about what everybody has already said. But when he comes off the floor, they're a different damn team.
Whole different
when he don't play, they're a different team. You know, and that has been the case ever since he's left Miami. Because when Miami, they still had Bosh and Wade. You know what I'm saying? They can still hold fort. But ever since he got back to Cleveland, if he ain't there to hold shit down, we know what happened. And so.
Hey. Why did Flat Earth and KD get that dude fired, man?
Hey man, the Brooklyn Nets, man. Why? Like, did he just take that job, Kevin Atkinson? Or he been there? No, he been there a couple years.
He came from us, from the Hawks. He built the culture up. The culture that KD said was what attracted him. And then KD gets there, ain't even playing to say that they're not doing enough to win. That shit is gonna be. That needs to be a reality show next year. That locker room.
That's got the potential to blow up.
All right, well.
I got the potential to blow up in everybody's face. But I hate that this season is going to be like this because
I miss sports, dog. I really miss it.
Because what's going to happen, and it's only going to happen if the Lakers win the title, is that we're going to be throwing this asterisk shit out here because of the way that the season was broken up. And I'll say this. And I'll say this because people are going to throw that shit out there, but they don't realize at the same time who they don't discredit for a real asterisk. This would be a valid season to put an asterisk by the title just because of the way shit went and it's been broken up and all that. So this is a different year. But we always talk about Tim Duncan as the greatest power forward.
That's Spurs that's what I was about to say.
How many rings he got?
Yep.
That shortened season, he has a ring on a shortened season, people, which was a real asterisk if you actually look in the record books.
I don't look at this one as an asterisk because we had most of the season. Now that shit, they didn't start till what, damn near January. So that was an asterisk.
40, 45 games, I think they played that year.
That was trash. He shouldn't even claim. Well, it's a title, but nah, that's an asterisk.
That's what I'm saying. But that's why I brought up the point.
Yeah,
because I wouldn't put an asterisk by this season. I would say it's different.
It's a break.
Let me change my shit. Yeah. But as far as if the Lakers win this title, whenever it gets played, if the Lakers win this title, the majority of the haters and the fans and the naysayers, they're going to try to put an asterisk by that title. If LeBron wins, only him. If anybody else wins, we ain't going to have to hear it. Watch. We're going to have to hear it.
I'm going to say why I disagree. I disagree because everybody has a chance to get healthy. These cats are gonna be the most healthy going into the playoffs, probably in league history.
Right, they should be. You're right.
You can't really throw that and say it's an asterisk when LeBron gonna have to go through fresh teams. Everybody's gonna be fresh. If they win that shit this year, that's huge to me. That's huge.
I hear you. I know how they hate.
Oh yeah, they're gonna hate.
I know how they hate. Yeah. But no, I said that to say. Nobody says that about Tim Duncan's one of his titles, and that was a true asterisk season. So people, if you're gonna hate on LeBron or anybody else that win the title this year, think about that before you go to hating. Think about that.
Good shit, boy.
All right, people, we're about to get up out of here and wrap up episode 214. And man, y'all got all the rest of this weekend, all next week. You're at home, you're working from home, you got plenty of time on your hands because you're supposed to be in the house self-quarantining. All right? So you got plenty of time to listen to this long-ass show. It's going to be about an hour and a half. We'll have it up on YouTube, on Spreaker, on Apple iTunes. We'll have it up sometime tomorrow. Again, I got nothing but time on my hands.
Yes, sir.
Uncle Hate, tell the people where to reach you at on social media. I thought I had something to end up with, but I forgot just that quick. Now, go ahead. Tell people where to reach you at on social media.
At ReK6000. Holla at me. I talk sports.
You can find me at Diego Barisham on Twitter as well. Again, we're going to holler at y'all maybe not next week, maybe the week after. Yeah. Probably, I think every couple weeks feels good right now while we don't have shit going on until something pop off.
Hey, you see that new sign I got over the door? See that banner?
Is that a Carolina banner?
Yeah, cuz that's what all the titles.
Okay.
We've been away from that shit for a while. And them some suckers for posting that Villanova shit the other day. I ain't even comment on it.
Oh, hey man, they said what was your worst? You talking about what I posted?
Yeah.
Hey
Tough.
man, that was well, we came back the next year and got that type. All
Yes,
right, people,
sir.
we finna get up out of here, man. Y'all be easy. Don't forget, subscribe. YouTube,
Yes.
Spreaker, iTunes, AA Sports, Straight Sports, no damn chaser. Shout out to the Urban Arena crew. Shout out to Canyon Nights and BS3 Network. We up out of here. Y'all be easy. Peace.